Okay, I guess it is happening. Not amazing light. Is that better? Maybe here, maybe that's better. Okay, so I'm gonna be making a banana bread. And that's not my first time making it. However, the last time that I made it, I think it was more than a year ago. So I just bought this. We just moved to a new house. I just bought that. And I am looking forward to exploring it again. What I'm really trying to do here is to take as less time as possible for any sort of easy recipes that do not take more than 10 to 15 minutes. Something that is easy, that is healthy, or more or less healthy. Something effective, something good. And if you're someone who doesn't have a lot of time, and maybe you're just like me, you spend most of your time at the house, like inside, just because you're working remote, and the only thing that you want right after work is to go out. Maybe you have a side job, as I do. Maybe you want to go to some dance classes, maybe you want to do some other things with your friends, and there you go. You really do not have a lot of time to cook. Let's try to explore cooking together.
I'm really looking forward to just exploring some new recipes, new things that do not take more than 10 minutes to prepare. So let's do it together.
Just a recommendation, when you do not see yourself on a video, what you should do is just one time, like this, maybe some hairbrush, but wavy hair is just complicated. So anyways, you can enjoy my funny hair. Let's go, let's do it. So I'll definitely need a bowl, and I only have this one, so I definitely need to put this puree in another place so that I can free this up. So let's do it. So in order to make a banana cake, you might need some preparation. You want to plan ahead. Why? Because you actually need 3 very ripe bananas. So you need to plan ahead, because unless you find them like this in the supermarket, which I doubt, maybe you do, you need to take them and wait a few more days. So these are my 3 bananas. You want to have sugar, you want to have some salt. So yeah, salt and sugar. Vanilla extract, that's a pretty nice one. Some flour, eggs, as you might have already imagined, baking soda, butter. So you need to melt some butter. I have this thing that I'm gonna be melting the butter at, but you can also melt it just in a pan or something very simple. So yeah, this wonderful thing that is made basically, I think especially for banana bread, to be honest. I don't know what else people cook here. Maybe you might bake like some sort of like a chocolate cake or something, but I really think that's just perfect for banana bread. Probably I should have mentioned that on the first place. Of course, you need a bowl and something to stir with. Okay, let's do it. Okay, so while the butter is melting, I'll go ahead and smash the bananas. So I'll take a fork for that one, and I'll go ahead and start smashing the bananas. Okay, I don't have a lot of time for the video. I don't have a lot of recording time, so that is a pity. I thought I have 20 minutes to record, but I just figured that I have only 3 more minutes left. So I might need to delete some things. And by the way, the butter is also ready. And at the end, this is what I took. In theory, that should be 76 grams. So that is 1/3 of a cup. That should be ready. Okay. I literally don't know how vloggers do it, just because I have so many things on my phone, and just, I have so many vlogs and so many videos in general, and I post a lot of shorts, and I try to delete, all the things. But the thing is, like, how do you even maintain? Like, you have only one phone. You have one computer. That's fair. But mostly I take my videos on the phone. So how do I even maintain my phone clean enough so that I can take anything more or longer than 10 minutes? It's just like, it's such a challenge. Let me know in the comments below if you have the same challenge. If you're a vlogger, or maybe you have a friend that is a vlogger. Yeah, let me know. I'm just curious if it's just me, or how do you guys even, do it? Okay, now we need to put, I believe, the flour. Okay, so according to the recipe, you need to do 1.5 cups of flour. However, I am not necessarily following the recipe because I want it to be as healthy as possible. I know that's not the best option when it comes to healthy. However, I'm trying my best. So we have this here. So let's put this to the mix. Something that I find very hard to measure. This is 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. And I think it's really hard to measure just because, I don't know, is that half? What do you guys think? Probably, hopefully. And I'm gonna put it on top of the flour, and then I'm gonna put everything inside. And afterwards, I'm going to put some sugar. According to the recipe, is you can put less sugar or more sugar according to how sweet you want it. Let's do a bit less than, or a bit more than 1/2, maybe a bit more. It's a lot of sugar here. Oh my God, that is definitely not healthy. Okay, 1 pinch salt, 1 large egg. You can just beat it here. There you go. Looks good. I might still put a bit more of the flour just because I want to make sure I have enough, and I put much less than what has been prescribed, let's say. Last but not least, vanilla. Just, oh, maybe that's too much, but I guess there's gonna be a lot of, oh, this is messy, guys. This is literally what cooking looks like. I don't know about the other vloggers that are just perfectionizing their cooking style, but this is what cooking looks like. I have to all the time, in between putting the ingredients, I have to always go, wash my hands, stop the video, put the video again. I don't know how vloggers do it. I really don't know. And at the same time, I find it challenging because you just talk to a camera. Technically, you're talking to yourself, which I don't have a problem with. However, I need to make sure that I'm not just talking to myself, I'm talking to myself out loud. I'm acting the words out. I'm acting them because I know, maybe I should do this. I don't know. So yeah, it's challenging, but to be honest, it's also quite interesting. And if you're a vlogger, yeah, let's connect. Give me a like because you know how it is. We need those likes, we need the support. However, yeah, being a vlogger is a whole thing. It's a job, and I do have another job. So being a vlogger and editing your videos and thinking about your videos is just, but I love it. I love it because it's transparency, you're just who you are, and just people follow you for who you are, which is not really the point. The point is more like, I'm in front of camera, which I really like being in front of the camera. I like also being behind the camera, so I get to do both things as a vlogger. So yeah, I really like vlogging around, and I just decided to experiment with this. And to be honest, it doesn't look bad. And guess what I didn't do, because I didn't know how much time this was gonna take me because of the video thing. It didn't take me a lot of time, to be fair. I didn't preheat the oven. You should preheat the oven. So if you were doing this with me, I apologize. You need to wait for the oven to be preheated. However, I can't wait to put this into this. And yeah, let's preheat the oven. Let's turn it on. It's on. Okay, and you can now bake it for 55 to 65 minutes. That's gonna take a while. And in the meantime, feel free to do some cleaning of the house or anything fun, or vlogging, or editing your video. Maybe that's what I'm gonna do. I also need to clean, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. That has been challenging to vlog, so I hope you appreciate this one, and I will show you the result at the end.